Hello. We have some people joining in. Wonderful. Okay. Let's wait a few minutes and give everyone a chance to join in. Let's see. Did you send me? Yeah. Let me check, see how many. We got more people joining. 26, 27. We'll be with you in a couple of seconds. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Zoom, okay.
Can you create a poll?
Mm-hmm. You just share this window. Okay, let's see. So we got more people here. Good. We'll just give it another 2 minutes and we'll get started. Let's try and let's see.
Are you sure that we can hear you?
I'm unmuted, right? Everyone can hear me? Yes. Something very weird happening. Anyway.
No, I want to give them a simple choice.
Both. Why does it keep jumping to? Yeah. So, okay, I see that it's like 9:01, and looks like we have quite a number of participants already. So before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone if they would prefer English or Hebrew. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a poll, okay? And basically, you'll see a little pop-up on your computer, and it'll ask you if you prefer the webinar be done in English or in Hebrew. You can do either or. Okay. The answers are flowing in. Everybody is voting. Everybody is active. I love this. Okay, English it is. Great. So let's get started. Hey, can you close the door maybe? Okay. Great. So, welcome everybody to Morfix School. My name is Henry, and I'm here with Shira. Hello. And we'll be going through. I'm not sure if anyone here has seen the product before. I'm sure many of you have, and I'm sure many of you haven't. So it's quite exciting. This is we're entering our second year of Morfix School. We launched it last year around this time, and we've had some time to work on it a little bit more, make some improvements. So let's get started. I'll show you kind of. Both of us will walk you through what's going on. So you can use your email to sign in. You go to this login page here. I'll send it to everybody. Let's see if I can do a chat. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Chat. Okay, I can do this. I know I can. Just a little share thing. Bear with me here, please. Okay. Chat. All right, I'm pressing the chat button. It doesn't seem to be working, but you can see here that the URL here is www.morfix.co.il/pages/login. Okay. Okay. By the way, does everyone know how to raise their hands and lower their hands in this? If you guys know how to raise your hands, can you raise a hand? Yofi, I see everybody raising their hands. Wonderful. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Ah, now I can send a chat. There you go. There's the link to log in. So you can just put your email in there. If you want to play along as we go, you put your email in, create a password, and we're ready to go. Okay, great. So obviously I already have login. Okay, here we are. So you can see right away, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Morfix, probably most of you are familiar with Morfix. So we've redesigned everything. New dictionary, we have the vocabulary games, grammar games, spelling game with pictures. We have a personal zone. And of course, we've upgraded our dictionary. So we'll take you through all of these different parts. Okay. So first of all, let's type in some words as just a regular dictionary here. Okay. So you can see, in addition to the translation, we have example sentences. Okay. Quite a few. We have synonyms for the word high, okay? And what I really like about this new dictionary is that we added a lot of tips. Not all of the words have tips, but we're adding tips every day. 100,000 words, it'll take us some time, but these are handwritten, so I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. So, for instance, this explains the difference between high and tall. This is very confusing for non-native speakers. So a lot of these, let's call them trouble words, will have tips in them. You can hear the word, and what obviously, well, this is a new feature that you guys are going to love, is that you can add the word to a word list. Okay, so and you can create a word list. Call it my new words, or whatever you want to call it, and you've just added that word into your list. Shiro is going to show you a little bit later these lists and what you can do with them, because it's pretty cool. Just look up a few more words. Yep, sneakers. This is one of my favorite dictionary words. Aleph, because it has a nice picture, and two, because it also has a couple of nice usage tips. The difference between, all the different names for sneakers: athletic shoes, training shoes, trainers, running shoes, gym shoes. Okay, and very cool stuff. I think I probably have it. No, I don't now. I don't. Let's add it to my new words. Okay, why not? And you have any words for us, Shiro? Do you want to do it, or do you? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hand the controls over to Shira, and she'll do some cool stuff for you. Okay. Well.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm assuming you all can hear me, right? Raise your hand if you don't hear me. Yeah. Okay. So 4 participants cannot hear me.
No, they can hear you.
Is it better now? Okay. So I want to show you a little bit more about the dictionary before we keep going to the games and quizzes that we have, the personal zone, and so on. We upgraded the dictionary, which you're probably all familiar with. So as Henry spoke about the pictures, the example sentences, and so on. In addition, we have some synonyms, which we can teach our students how to use the synonyms to upgrade their compositions and much more, or just learn new words. So say I'm writing a composition and I want to use the word think. I can go here to the synonyms. Each one of these words is clickable, and I can go, for example, the word reflect, read the example sentences, and then see if it's suitable for the context that I'm writing in. Also, in addition to these synonyms, we have, let's take a different example. We have many phrasal verbs and many expressions with the word that we look for. So here, for example, for the word take, we have lots of phrasal verbs. I can take, for instance, this phrasal verb that I like, and also add it to my word list. Okay, so I'll add this this phrase, and I can also take an expression. We have lots of expressions here. Again, these are all clickable. Let's take whatever you want. I like this one. Take a dim view of, and I can also add this one to a word list. Okay. Okay. So now that we have created word lists, we know how to create word lists. Then where do we find it? Where do we find the word list that we just created? So there are two options. Here on this navigation bar, we have our personal zone, or you can go back home to home page, and here you have your personal zone also. Okay, so this is what currently the personal zone looks like. It will be upgraded. We'll show it to you later. But right now what we have here is our favorite words, which you can add any word to this list. It's just that you can't share it with your students, this favorite list. We have all of the words we have mistaken in. Henry will show you the quizzes soon, and then you'll see what we're talking about in my mistakes, and just words you've looked for, okay? So here, Henry has all of his word lists that he created. And here he has all of the word lists that were shared with him, okay? So say I want to take this word list and I want to share it with my students. And I click here on share, I copy the link, and then I can go anywhere and paste it. It could be email, it could be WhatsApp, whatever you guys use. Then once the other person, the students, get the link, they'll just have to go to this link and they'll see the word list, okay? So this is what the students will get when they see the word list. This is the same thing in your zone. And there are three options to view this word list. One is just a list, okay? And here you can hear the word. If you don't want this word anymore, you can just remove it by clicking here. And now the word is removed, but let's take a look. We can also review the words using flashcards. There are three options here. One is just to show everything if I just want to review the words. And here I have this pronunciation tip that we saw from the dictionary. And then I can just go through the words and learn them. Or I can see English and then try to figure out try to remember what the Hebrew translation is, or vice versa. I can see the Hebrew word and try to remember what the English word is, okay? And the more fun part, once you know the words already and you want to test yourself, then you go to this option, Mischak, okay? And you try to answer all these questions correctly. Let's make a mistake on purpose. We'll see that this word is added to my mistakes in the personal zone. Okay. Sneakers. And last one. Okay, so we got a 75. Not bad. And I can share my results and so on. So I'm going back to my personal zone. Again, if I created a word list and I want to share it with my students, I go here, share. I can even share a word list that was shared with me. Okay. Now, if I make any changes to the word list that I created, these changes will be changed also in the student's personal zone. So if you create a word list for a spelling test or before a test for review, and you share it with your students, and then later you want to add 3 more words to that list, then the students will also see it. Okay. So this is our current personal zone. We're now working on developing a much more upgraded personal zone, it's going to look something like this. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, here, let me see.
Let's try sharing it with you.
Go back to this.
Okay, so I hope you all can see. It's not done yet. It's going to look much better. But basically what you're going to have in your personal zone, hopefully by September or November or soon in the beginning of the year, is you're going to have an option to assign assignments to your students. So it could be a personal list, it can be a quiz, it can be a grammar quiz, vocabulary quizzes, whatever. And your students will be notified that they have assignments that they need to do, okay, in their dashboard as well. Also, you'll be able to see word lists that you've created or that we've shared with you, your favorites, and so on. And some most popular word lists. So if there is a word list that is used by many teachers now, you can see it here. And maybe you'd like to use it with your students as well. And some personal lists that we make as well. So right now it says words from Handmaid's Tale, but it's just a sketch. It's not what's going to be. And finally, you will be able to see each and every student's progress. You'll be able to see where they're at in terms of vocabulary, grammar, spelling, and so on. Your vocabulary lists. But again, this is something we're working on. So if you log into the website right now, you won't see it. Okay. So I'll hand the microphone over to Henry again, and he'll show you all of the different quizzes. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, so anyone that's been following the Morfix school saga since it's begun can see right away that the new personal zone is going in teacher dashboard is a big thing. Everyone's asking for it, so we're very excited about it. Hopefully, we can get it going, ready for the new school year. So we're working really hard on it. Shira, in particular, is taking charge of that project, so we're happy about that. So let's move on here. Yalla, let's go into some of the other features. So we've seen the dictionary, and we've seen the personal zone and what you can do with lists and things. So I want to show you guys a little bit about the vocabulary section here, okay? So what we did is we've taken all of the words in the English curriculum from the Ministry of Education, sorted by level, so foundation, intermediate, and proficient. And we've sorted those words by level and put them into our vocabulary game, okay? So the bands 1, 2, and 3, right? You guys know them as bands 1, 2, and 3. According to that, we've made levels here. Let me show you the levels. And these levels apply not only for vocabulary games, but also for grammar games and for the other games, the image game. So you can see here that this is basically Basisit is band 1, and then band 2, and then Tova is band 3, proficient. Okay, and these levels here, Mitkademet and Mitsuyenet, these are words that we have added that go beyond what the Ministry of Education feels is necessary for students to be I guess, English speakers. So we would consider Mitkademet to be more towards psychometry and beyond, and Mitsuyenet is more like fluent. Okay. So let's get into some of these games here. Now, the vocabulary games are divided. There's basically five words in each set, okay? And each set has 3 different games associated with it. So you learn in 5-word chunks, okay? What Raman, right now? No, I'm definitely not Tovabam. Let's go Basisi. No, I don't want to take any chances. Okay. Let's start again. Okay, agree. Okay. Okay, see multiple choice. You can hear the word. You can take a hint. You can add more time to the clock. You can take away some of the distractors. Ooh, this is 12 distractors, 12. Okay. Okay. Yofi, kol hakavod. So these little messages here, it gives you encouragement, and you have like coins added to your chest here. We don't know what to do with the coins yet, but the act of collecting coins actually does motivate people, even though we don't have anything to do with the coins yet, but we'll come up with something. So again, same set of words, 5 words, okay, and it's basically a matching game, you see. Okay, so far so good.
Make sure you didn't choose the skip.
I don't know if I did, okay. So we have, right, so we have the option to skip the next part, which is spelling. A lot of people get stuck on the spelling, but it's a little bit more challenging. And let's see. Okay. So now you have to go back and recall the spelling. Let's finish up this round here. And also you can add the word like we showed you before. I've already added this word here. Let's add it also to my new words. All right, okay, a couple more to go. What is this called? Anything. Okay. Let's take a hint. Okay, let's take another hint. Let's hear the word. Ah, great. Okay. Okay. And basically, then it gives you the next set of 5 words. Okay, so you basically learn it in chunks of 5. So that's the vocabulary game. Also, we have grammar. We have, I believe, more than 100 grammar games. Am I right?
We're working on more.
And more.
Suggest
so we keep going.
Anything.
Right, we're always looking for new grammar topics, but we basically, it's divided into level, and you know, basically everything is sorted. You know, we spoke with the Ministry of Education about this, and we spoke to a lot of teachers, and everything is sorted in a way that is logical in the classroom, chronologically in the classroom. So yes and no questions is, you know, Mashat Khala, right? WH questions, you guys know all this. This basically, it goes in order of how we teach them, right? Yes, no questions, WH questions, prepositions, verbs, nouns, pronouns. Okay, this is the basic stuff. Let's just go into a few of these just to get a look. Present progressive, why not? Okay. My mother is cool. I am visiting. You guys get the drift, right? Let's bail out of this. I don't want to take too much time. All right, well, let me just do this one. That's kind of fun. Okay, let's see what else we have in here in our mixed bag. WH questions. Right. So you get the gist of this, right? Yeah. Let's go verbs. Let's see. A-N, singular, plural. Let's move up a couple levels. Let's move up one level and see what intermediate has for us. Okay. So the verb tenses get a little bit more complex. Conditionals, everyone's favorite. If Jane, classic Israeli mistake, right? If Jane will come tonight. Right? Okay. Abby will call you as soon as she returns. I've heard it so much here that sometimes I speak like this in English. Okay. Also, oops. So whether you get the answer right or whether you get the answer wrong, you get this nice little tip at the end of each question. So this is something that like I feel something that really makes Morfix stand out from other educational online tools is that these are tips in Hebrew for native Hebrew speakers. And we really focus on errors that are common to Israelis and explaining it in a way that makes sense to Israelis learning English. Let's move up a level or two. Let's go to Mitkademet. Okay, and these are more difficult, but these are pretty cool because it goes over phrases, common errors, and like I said, common errors is really common errors for Hebrew speakers. Let's see, phrase translation. Okay, yeah. So these are cool.
Yeah, question in the chat.
Let's see. Hold on a second. I know I can see some of you guys are asking questions on the chat. I'll get to them shortly. Let me just finish up some of these things here. Let me just take a look at these questions you guys have so far.
I opened in a different window.
A little chat window down here. Okay, this is okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's just take a look at this. I'll get to your questions in a second, I promise. And so you have to decide whether this is like translated, if the literal translation matches in Hebrew and in English, right? Whatever this is, mom lip tax doesn't sound right to me. Okay. כן, זה יפה. נכון. It doesn't make sense in English, so I'm guessing no. נכון. The tip of the iceberg, נכון. Yeah, I love these. Okay. No, but that's cute. Okay. You can add more time on these. Paper tiger, נכון. Some of these are pretty complicated, advanced. All right, I knew that. From mouth to no, we say word of mouth. Yeah. So see, I'm already forgetting English. We don't say that either. Okay. Okay, and then at the end it gives you a little sikum. This is for all the quizzes. For all the quizzes, at the end it gives you a little sikum, what you got right, what you got wrong. And if you want the explanation, you can always get the explanation afterwards. Okay, let's move along here. I see some questions, but I can't actually see the questions. I see the questions were asked, but I can't see the actual questions. So give me 1 second here, and let me try and find my way around this panel here. Bear with me. I'm sure you guys are okay, right?
Just H.
I think this is Alt H. Let's see.
Oh, I was just hiding it.
Here it is. Let's just read some of these questions here. How was the grade calculated? Why did Henry get a 97? It's a percentage.
Right.
Correct?
No, so if there were 10 questions.
Right. Do you have?
No, it's Ken.
Yeah, 10.
Right.
How did I get 97 out of 10 questions?
No, he got
97%. Maybe it's,
he got a 75. You got a 7. I got 75 on the work. Where did you get a 97?
we'll have to look into that. You have inversions in the grammar section. Do you have inversions? No.
The names of all tenses
Must be capitalized. Present simple and not present simple. Manien.
Add to the head premise and explanation too.
All these teachers editing our work. I can't. This is awesome, actually. All right, we'll get to these.
About the spelling mistakes, you know, you go in the sketch. It's just a sketch.
Yeah, the sketch is just a sketch. You do not want to take risks. Yes, correct. Don't take risks. What is the difference between what the teacher and the student see? Okay, that's still in the works. Right now, the teacher and the students see the same thing. When we have the mimshak, when we have the interface ready for the teacher, it's going to be different. The teacher will be able to see the class as a whole and the individual students' results. The student obviously will only see their own assignments and their own results. I'll get to some of these questions in a little while. Will I talk about the cost? Yes, I will talk about the cost. But let me first show you the image game because I like this. Okay? Okay, what Ramah am I? Let's go to Ramah Tolaf. Okay, so here's the idea. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay? What does this person feel? What does this person feel?
Let's see remez, the Hebrew word.
I already know the answer, so I'm cheating.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer.
It's hope. Okay, great. What just happened?
I guess Zoom caused it too.
Okay.
We're having issues with Zoom and the website.
Let's just try one more. Looks like a potato. This game is pretty exciting, actually. I can play this for quite a while. In fact, I do. So we have to test all these images, so I can scroll through them and keep going. And let's see. Hold on.
These will be classified.
Yeah. So yeah, these are classified into categories, also with levels, and we're actually going to expand some of these and present them in different ways in the near future. That's also the Tochnit. So somebody asked about the cost. So it's for the school, it's 990 shekels, and it includes everything that you have seen, and for all of the students and for all the teachers, everyone in the school. There was some confusion last year about how many shichvas was it. It's for, just know that it's 990 shekels for everybody in your school. Okay. Let's see, we have some more questions.
Emphasize that it's per year, not per month.
Yeah, it's 990 per year. Let's see. Why can't I see any questions? This is really bothering me. Let's see. Here we go. Could you please slower the pace? Okay. Okay, that's cool. Let's see.
If they need any questions.
I think you should first give an example in the last test you showed. Suggest you put the letter in alphabetical order. Interesting. These are
we
great.
will, no, we will put the letters in alphabet.
Yeah, these are
We're
great.
working on it.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, some more questions. Okay, I mean, we can, we can respond to you guys individually. Okay, we have someone that says slow down, and we have someone that says don't slow down. Okay. Awesome. So, I think we're about to wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions, I'll give you my email, and you can feel free to go ahead and send me that. I keep pressing the chat and it doesn't. Okay, here we go.
Just exit out of the participants. Exit out of this window. It's right behind.
So here's my email. Feel free to ask me any questions, and if someone, if you want 10 minutes, we can do a 10-minute demo, and we can do a private little demo. I'm fine with that also, okay? So are you going to add Arabic to the site? Are you going to add Arabic to the site? We have no plans to add Arabic to the site right now. Let's see. Okay. I think you should give an example in the last test you showed. I'm not sure I understand that one. Suggest you put the, okay. I think you should give an example in the last test you showed. Don't understand that question, but if you want to ask me an email, I'd be happy to explain it in an email or explain it here. I'd be happy to go ahead and answer that.
Not for them tomorrow.
Hold on a second. Let's see. Does everybody here, with the show of hands, does everybody here have they logged in already? Do they have a login and username? Okay, please raise your hands. I see some hands being raised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for those of you who have not logged in, I would recommend that you guys log in, create yourself a username and a password, and you'll get 10 days free trial. Okay. So you guys can try it out, see what you like about it, see what you don't like about it. But ultimately, we feel that for 990 shekels for the school year, for every single person in your school, every student, every teacher, we think it's a product that offers a lot of value. So with the show of hands, please agree with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you guys are seriously, if you're interested in purchasing, if you need information on how to purchase, you can go ahead and send me an email. The email that I sent out to all you guys, you can use that one, and we can walk you through the purchase process. Also, we're going to be at the ETI conference next week on the 3rd and the 4th, and we'll be doing a presentation and a little lesson plan for you on 4th. On July 4th, right after lunch. So after lunch, we're going to have a cake and coffee and a little more Morfix school stuff. Okay. Also, I want you all to know that I quit smoking last week, and I want you to raise your hand if you think that's a great idea. Awesome. Oh yes, thank you. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so you guys have my email. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. So thanks a lot, guys. Bye from Henry and Shira. Yalla.